Hey there, Ramon with you here, and welcome to this first video in our new forehand training series. And I'm here at my good friend Sean's house, and his girlfriend has this like pug breeding factory. He's got like 9 of them, so we'll have to improve your forehand before one of them jumps the barricade and gets into the shot. Okay, so each video in this series is designed to systematically build your forehand into a consistent weapon. And we're going to do something a little bit unconventional. We're actually going to start from the contact point and work our way backwards so you have something that you can implement today and really start getting great results. Let's dive right in. So if you've been watching me for a while, you've probably heard me talk about this 45-degree angle being the magic contact point. And it is simply because it's where the vertical and the horizontal axes meet. And that's just a fancy scientific way to say that that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck in terms of power. So what you're seeing here is me lined up with my hips on one 45-degree angle with respect to the net, and my arm lined up to the other 45-degree angle with respect to the net. And I'm not going to harp on this too long, but I can't overstate that the contact point is the moment of truth. So you definitely want to have your arm on that 45 at contact. Reason being, if you're not, you won't have great control over the ball, and your forehand will be weaker and less of a weapon. So what you're learning in these 3 videos is the technique of the most efficient way I know to hit the forehand. But our main objective is to make contact with the ball right here with our arm on the 45-degree angle. And that's if you're going cross court, down the middle, down the line, inside out, or anything. Because you can see by looking at my racket face that just by moving your wrist a little bit, you'll have full control over where you want the ball to go without changing your arm where your arm needs to be at contact. This is because the ball goes where the racket face is pointing. So this is a really cool thing for both creating explosive power and being able to consistently put the ball where you want it to go. I think you'll agree that's almost as good as driving your 68 Mustang on an open road with no speed limit. Okay, so how do we get there? Remember, we're working backwards, so let me show you a position I like to call petting the dog. And I learned this from one of my favorite coaches of all time, Rick Macy, out in Florida, and I liked it because I love animals. Now, as you can see, I'm set with my racket face downward, imagining the dog or cat is right behind you at, guess what? Oh, about a 45-degree angle to the rear of you. And from here, all you're going to do is rotate your hips into the court, and as a result of our legs and hips driving forward, the racket is going to flip down and back like this, creating a stretch in your forearm, and you're going to pull the racket forward like you're pulling a rope up to the contact point. Now, for this to work properly, you have to be pretty relaxed. So if you have a Vulcan death grip on the racket, just take some deep breaths or go listen to some Pink Floyd for a bit. Now, the next step is to practice this motion without the ball and visualize yourself making contact on that 45-degree angle. So go ahead and do that about 10 to 20 times. Then go ahead and grab a ball, starting with your hand in the pet the dog position. Drop a ball right around that 45-degree angle and pull forward with your hips so the racket will naturally follow. What you don't want to do is swing at the ball, meaning have your arm do all the work. That's kind of like the tail wagging the dog. Your body is acting like a coil, and when we unwind the coil from the center of the whip, meaning your hips, the power is exponentially bigger because your hips are like a force multiplier. So let your hips lead the way and your racket will naturally follow. After you've dropped yourself a few balls and are feeling comfortable with the rotation into contact, you can go to a wall and practice hitting the ball from the pet the dog position. Or if you're feeling ambitious, get out there with your friend and rally with each other, starting from that pet the dog position. Incidentally, if you're using the wall, I recommend going with 2 bounces initially, so you have time to line up your pet the dog position before you pull the trigger. The reason we're doing this is our brains learn best in bite-sized chunks, so we want to think kebabs, not racks of ribs. They're easier to digest, so have fun with this. Because in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get to the pet the dog position so we can continue building your forehand into a weapon that dictates play and wins you points. Thanks so much for watching this video. I had a great time making it for you, as I enjoy making every video for you. Here's the deal. I'm releasing my brand new course called The Simple Forehand. how to easily develop a weapon that dictates play and wins you matches. It's specifically for people who want to enjoy the process of developing a killer forehand so that they can be more in control, develop more power, and ultimately win more matches. So if that sounds like you, go ahead and click the link below and grab your copy today. Whether or not you decide to invest in the simple forehand, I want to sincerely thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I look forward to making you the next one. See you soon.